Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jennifer Noreen, and I'm here with Gary Parker, Pitmaster Gary at Barbecue to You Restaurant in Gig Harbor, Washington. I actually do marketing for Gary, and I'm a fan of his barbecue as well. And we are here today to talk about summer backyard barbecuing and what
Yeah.
is awesome and what are things to watch out for. So, Gary, why don't you say hello to everybody?
Hi, and it's I don't know if you're in the Pacific Northwest up here. The weather is perfect. It is great time to get out and grill, get out and smoke those meats. And we are having a blast doing it too. So
Yep, and you're cooking in the kitchen there in the restaurant is probably does that make that hot back there or do you guys keep it air conditioned for your people or what?
some days, but that hood's designed to blow a lot of air in from the outside to replace
Mm-hmm.
all the air we're pulling out. So we get to take advantage of that. Get some of the cool air in and keep the kitchen cool down.
Yeah,
But it can get pretty hot back there.
there's a lot of briskets cooking back there and chicken and pork all at the same time.
I know,
So
70 today.
wow. So if I'm backyard barbecuing, I'll ask you if you're backyard barbecuing. What is your favorite thing to cook on a grill in the backyard?
On a grill. Okay, so you were specific on that one.
Well,
Uh, so
okay, grill or barbecue, you can pick.
if I'm doing the grills or the charcoal, then I'm usually doing steaks of some kind, either my New Yorks or T-bones or what have you, and then I'll do a lot of times I'll do the roasted vegetables to go with it if I'm on the grill. If I'm over on the smokers, then typically it's a smorgasbord. I'll usually do some brisket. I'll do um, I'll do some ribs. A lot of times for myself, I'll do salmon,
Hmm.
particularly if the native salmon are in are available. Although this year
Hmm.
has been kind of hard. I haven't seen it yet, so um,
Hmm.
I imagine we still got some COVID effects on some of that, right? So but yeah, so if I'm over on the smoker, that's kind of what I'm doing for myself.
So salmon, veggies, steak. What kind of veggies?
Veggies, oh man, I love to. I'll chop up zucchini and onions, and you know what a vegetable melody is. You just kind of throw in there everything you like, right?
Sure, whatever you got in the
I've been known to
refrigerator.
throw
Yeah.
broccoli and cauliflower in it, or whatever, and
Hmm.
just smoke it over the coals or smoke. I don't do it in the smoker, but over the grill, I can do it over the coals. And, soften that stuff up and get that nice smoke flavor in it.
And do you
It
use
blends in real well with the beef, right?
oil, butter, nothing, water? What do you
Oh yeah,
use?
butter. Butter's usually in there somewhere for me, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But a lot of times I will just use a nice virgin olive oil, right, just to keep things wet and keep it steamy, right?
Hmm.
I don't like
Nice,
using
nice.
water. A lot of people will use water, but that's
Hmm.
more of a flat grill. Um, what was it? I just got a Microsoft message here, so
Oh, tell it to go away.
okay, I did.
So,
Start
so
later.
here we are. Here we are in the backyard of the Gary Parker residence, and you are having an absolute 10 of a barbecue day. So, what is that? So, everything has
Yeah.
gone right. So, what does that mean?
Oh well, let me see if I'm grilling. The first thing that's really a positive sign is I walk out there and nobody in the family has stolen the gas tank out of the grill. You know, because
Okay.
typically the fire table that that we all sit around runs out of gas, and the quickest way they get something done is they go get it out of my grill
Uh,
and go from there. And
don't do that.
so if I still have gas in the grill, that's usually a good thing. Um,
Hmm.
so that's the first thing. Not really much goes on with prep, getting it on time. You know, um, a lot of times the grandkids want to help, right? So that's always fun. You know, got to go to the store would be a bummer. I try to do all that stuff in
Yep.
advance, so
Hmm.
once I get started, I don't have to stop. Right?
Yep. Fully prepped. Yep. And
Yeah.
of course, this is after you fully cleaned all the drippings from last year, or
Oh yeah.
how much do you clean since last weekend? So, like, I know we've talked about how much you clean up after the
Oh
winter's
yeah. Because
gone.
I got the tools all clean, right? So now all I have to do is just heat up and treat the grate right there. That if I missed something from the last time. But by this time of year, it's pretty clean, and we've used it now a bunch, and got all that old stuff out of there. So you're in top shape now by this time of year,
Gotcha.
in theory.
Okay, so you have gas, and your family's your grandkids are not pulling on your leg, maybe, and you
Right?
get the food served on time. So food served on time means pretty detailed prep, right? So have you cut your meat up the night before, or I mean, like let's say it's steak. So what would that prep
No,
have looked like?
I'm not a big night before person because a lot of
Mhm.
what I try to keep things simple. And
Mhm.
so really all I've got to do when I'm in that mode is I'll put a little onion powder, a little garlic on the steaks, let them kind of come up to room temperature. I prefer
Mhm.
them kind of settling a little bit
Mhm.
before I put them on the grill, you know.
Mhm.
My son now, he's different because he likes to dry age. And so for him to barbecue outside is almost a week operation, right? In order
Uh-huh.
to get his stuff. But I'm kind of an old school, simple guy. A nice a nice fresh piece of meat. A little garlic, a little salt and
Mhm.
pepper. Onion powder, and not much, just enough to give it that flavor. Let it
Yep.
blend in with the meats. When it hits that hot grill.
So pretty simple.
Pretty simple stuff is what I do.
Yeah. Okay, so we can't leave this topic without talking about barbecue. So let's say
Yeah.
you've got your barbecue
Oh, the
cleaned
smoker's
up,
going.
heated up, the smoker's going.
Yeah.
What's your don't filter this just because you own a barbecue restaurant. What do you truly like to barbecue in your backyard for your family?
Yeah, it's like I said before. It's always a smorgasbord. It's usually brisket, ribs. Occasionally, I'll
Mhm.
do pulled pork. A lot of times, I'll do chicken. And then, like I said, if I can find it, we really are big fans of salmon. So that's what I
Mhm.
put on there, right?
Yep, and it's healthy. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
And so I usually
So,
make. Go ahead.
go ahead.
I usually make about 10 times more than the whole family can eat. So it usually lasts all week when I do this.
Yeah, so you got some good leftovers. Nice. Nice. So the only other thing I want to ask you about, and I guess this is just a reminder because there's so many safety issues with barbecuing in the backyard. Not to rain on the parade, but what are those kind of top hazards of barbecuing in the backyard, and how can you prevent them?
Yeah. I still, I'll say this every time, especially if you're using gas grills, make sure you check those connections, like I talked about
Yeah.
last time. You never know what's happened to them. You don't know if you remember to get it tight if you change the model because you got distracted.
Hmm.
Distractions are probably the biggest thing, the biggest topic,
Hmm.
right? So,
Yep.
I've seen a lot of that stuff where
Hmm.
you get leaky bottles and that's a problem. But then on the other hand, everything's going smooth and then you get distracted, right?
Hmm.
And you got a big fatty hamburger on there, right? And the grease starts getting down there and the fire gets out of control, right? So you always got to have a beer so you can put it out, right? Or something like that. Beverage of
Yes,
your
beer,
choice.
a beverage required. That's right.
Beverage required there, just in case that fire gets away from you. Yeah.
Yeah. So a glass of water sitting next to the grill or the
Distractions.
smoker.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yep.
It's distractions, stuff like that. Kids playing
Hmm.
around. That always makes me nervous when they're running around while I'm doing that stuff because they're not paying
Hmm.
attention to the pit. They don't realize it can burn them. So I try
Hmm.
to the way I set up our deck basically because you say backyard, but it's really our deck. I try to set it up where it's over to the side. We're out of the main traffic area. So if the kids want to run around and stuff, they're not running into the back of it or something.
Yeah. So staying safe. Very good.
Yep.
Alrighty. So what else did you want to talk about today?
Oh, I don't know. What are you interested in? It's
Well,
summertime. We're kicking butt, making barbecue every day, and having a good time. You know.
are you serving up about just as much as you can? Are you running out at the end of the
Oh,
day?
yeah. Let me tell you. For those who have experienced it, yeah. If we are about 6 o'clock every day, we'll start to run out, and
Hmm.
the full menu won't be there, and then right as we get towards 8 o'clock, or just like it is right now, usually we only have two or three things left. I mean, and we're running at max right now. We're running
Wow.
just so much, and then
Yep.
because and folks don't realize we're pushing hundreds of pounds of meat out almost every day now, and then on the weekends as we get into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this this week of this year, we have all the graduation parties going on. So
Mm.
we're also trying to cook up for that, and So we got several deliveries that are going on this weekend. We've got I've got one cul-de-sac party that I've got the pet out and I'll be doing. And then we just got a ton of pickups, for parties. Um, we will probably run out pretty steadily this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And try to get back into Monday and recoup.
So if you're thinking at all about having Gary's barbecue at your event this summer, and if it's 2 weeks from now, maybe you can schedule that, but you need to call sooner than
Yeah,
you
we're out.
think.
We're out in July right now. We're shut down for
Yeah.
June. Anything
Yep.
in June right now, except for
Yep.
maybe pickup at the window.
Yeah.
Um,
And can they
and
do that
Fourth of
online,
July,
or do they need to call you, or do they need to go online?
they can do both. We like it online because it's easier. But if they have questions and stuff, just go ahead and call us. We'll do the best we can to get to that phone and tell you what our current status is and wait times and all that kind of stuff. Right? We do our best. We service a lot of people in a day, right, and a lot of people in a week. So we're doing our best to try to figure out how to do more. But right now we're running at capacity.
Yeah. So if I want 4th of July, what were you going to say about 4th of July?
Oh, well, we're pretty much booked up, through the Fourth of July right now.
Hmm.
So parties, weddings, celebrations of life, those kinds of things. I don't even think about them right now unless they're mid-July or something and beyond.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so they need to contact you online at texasbarbeque2u.com or call the store at 253-313-5656 for catering scheduling, and you're scheduling into July and August right now. Even if you want to come in for dinner and you have a large party, it's probably a good idea to call
Yeah,
ahead because it sounds
call
like you're
ahead.
running out of food. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. You want to be there earlier in the day. Let us know you're coming. That
Yep.
kind of thing.
Hmm.
And then that usually will improve your odds.
Yeah,
But we
and you're
are, like I
open.
said, I try to remind people we are first come, first serve, and we make as much as we can. But like I said, it just sells out.
Yep. So are you keeping 11 to 8 your traditional hours,
Yeah,
Monday
as
through
best we
or
can.
every
As
day of the
best we
week?
can. Huh? Every day of the week, 7 days a week, the
Okay,
best we can. And
very
like I
good.
said, on days we run out, we'll sell what we have left after the main meats are gone. But a lot of we're here anyway because we're getting prepped for the next day, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, Gary, a really common question that comes up online, we manage your online interactions, is people want to know if you deliver, and if you do, how do they get delivery? So, once they go to the menu and they order, they probably see what those options are, but before they go there, they're usually asking. So, are you DoorDash only, or and then also what's your delivery on catering and minimum orders and stuff like that? Can you talk about
Yeah.
that for a sec?
Yeah, so for just the normal everyday stuff, DoorDash is there. But also, if you do your online order through ChowNow off our webpage, there is a delivery button there. Okay, and that is also DoorDash, right? So
Okay.
you don't necessarily have to go to the DoorDash menu to order. The ChowNow one, has a lot more detail on it. It's a lot easier to
Hmm.
know what you're doing, and then on top of it, you can just hit deliver there, right? And so that'll do your normal orders. Um, and then going forward, I lost your picture. Hope you're still there. Um, and then for the larger orders, it really just depends on the size because a lot of times we're doing, our delivery out there is off our a la carte catering menu, and people are ordering 30, 40, 50 pounds. So okay. So it looks like we have lost our host.
Here, I'm back. Sorry.
There you are.
Yeah, my connection dropped. That was weird. So, can you repeat the 30-40 pound limit?
I said, yeah. So after the DoorDash piece, I was just saying, most of what we deliver are the parties off our a la carte catering menu, right?
Oh, okay.
And that's where they're coming in and they're doing a 30, 40 person party, like a lot of this graduation thing that's going on this weekend. And it really just depends on the size, right? I'm not gonna take a Lone Star tray over to somebody, right? But if it's a
Sure.
party and the host is trying to get things together and they need that stuff dropped off, if I'm available, I usually get it in the truck and get it over to you. So,
Yeah. Okay. So it's a little bit flexible that way, sounds like.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, and
Well,
by the way, I'll do that. I'll do that through basically North Tacoma all the way up to, I do it up in Port Orchard. I do it, over in Mason County a little bit. I go all the way up to Bremerton. Right. I have a pretty wide range, but I bring that up because, like this week, we've had one that wanted me to drop off in Seattle, and I've had another one that wanted me to drop off in Bellevue this week, and we just had to say that we couldn't do that.
yeah, too far. And probably not good for the length of time the food is sitting there fresh, too.
Yeah.
So, well, very good. Nice to hear your favorite barbecue meals. That was fun to hear. I didn't expect salmon to be on the list, so that was surprising to me because I think of you as a red meat guy. And a little bit of safety tips there as far as keeping things clean and keeping an eye on your equipment and all the connections, keeping the kids at a distance, setting up your barbecue in a place that's safe and away from people. And then also just what's going on with catering. That if people want to order catering this summer, they need to call you now. If it's any time
Yeah.
this summer, they need to call you in the next, not to deluge you, but call you next week and
Yeah.
schedule that for the rest of the summer because you're very, very
Or,
busy. And
or
if you,
ping us from the website, right? There's an inquiry
yeah, there you go.
section on there, and that really works the best because I see them come in, and even if I'm busy doing something at the moment, I will
Hmm.
get back and I will respond. Sometimes I always apologize for the delay, right?
Yeah.
When I answer
Well,
those, but I am running pretty fast and furious all the time, and then I'll sit down
yes.
and answer those right as soon as I can get to the computer.
Yep. Okay. So if there's a delay of a day or two, don't worry. You still will get to them. You can
Yep.
also message Gary on Facebook or Instagram. And then just a final reminder: if you're coming in with a large group, even during the week, he's open every day, 11 to 8. But if you're coming in with a large group, to even call ahead for that because he's been running out of food at 6. So plan ahead. You'll have a better experience. So thanks, Gary. It's always good to talk with you, and excited to see your business doing so well this summer. And we'll talk to you again next month.
Yep. So one final piece of wisdom from me:
Oh,
be
yes.
patient. Be patient with your restaurants. Right. We're all struggling with just like I talked about last month. We're still really struggling with supply chain, and
Hmm.
and a lot of my peers, I'm not, but a lot of my peers are struggling to get their employees online. Right.
Hmm.
So things are not perfect, even though we tend to make them look perfect for you to the best of our ability. Right. But things aren't perfect, and we're still struggling to try to get this restaurant industry back on its feet, right, on a lot of different levels. So if things aren't quite right when you go to your favorite restaurant, be nice. They're doing the best they can, probably. So
Yeah, they're dealing with supply chain issues and short staff and process differences and so many things, random
yeah,
things that, I've so seldomly experienced any of that, which I think is amazing because I know that people are struggling. So
it does happen.
anyway, yeah, it does. Thanks, Gary. We'll talk again next month. Take care.
See you soon. Bye.